actively using the internet, actively. And out of those, we've got 4.62 that are active social media users. And these, what you're seeing here, I mean, if you were an Amazon CEO or a Google CEO or Yahoo CEO, all they are seeing here is money. It's quite interesting. And we also need to start beginning to think and visualize, like, look, I mean, if I have this group of people, I mean, this 4.9 billion, this 4.62, how can I leverage and how can I reach, what can I do, to get to them. And the first thing I shared is a very simple tip I can give to you. I mean, you're good in coding, you're good in whatsoever you do. Can you pass that knowledge across? Digitalize it, and I mean, create, like I said, beginner course, intermediate course, um, advanced course. I mean, if you're advanced in your coding and you don't necessarily, I've paid $80 for a course in Udemy that was so boilerplate, and so it's interesting. And that same cost, I think that guy has sold over 22,000. So if you just multiply 22,000 by 80, that tells you how much that guy has made just by selling. And it was just by selling. And it was, I can hear myself so many times. Can we mute so many times? Can you please help me mute that? Oh, thank you very much. Really good. Please let's mute if we're not, and like I said, let's make use of the chat. It's doing online when you have multiple people locations. At times it's usually a bit difficult to manage. I think I'm even over my time, but I'll just quickly wrap up. So let's look at how we can take advantage, honestly. And lastly, this, I have a slide here which just shows, the percentage use of, social media for brand research. And you've got within the 16, these are the millennials, within the 16 to 24, 25, and you can see the percentage. And so we need to work with data like this. All right. So so let me look at your question. First, you say the first question is, how do I go about selling a product on the internet? There are so many platforms, existing platforms, and the easiest I will point you to is a Jumia. I sold on Jumia while I was back home in Nigeria. Did we sell on Konga? I doubt if we sold. I think we were only selling on Jimmy, and we made good sales. In fact, really, all my product got sold on Jumia, and we make good margins on those products. So that's one platform. You can sell on Amazon. For now, you'll probably be only able to sell books on Amazon, and there are a whole lot of third-party e-commerce sites that you can also sell on AliExpress. I think for now, because of your location, you probably might only be able to sell books. But if you're probably in a place like Canada, where I am, I can easily sell anything on Amazon. And so the point I'm trying to make is, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. There are those guys, they're spending more money on high IT infrastructure. They have the platform, they have the network, they have the shipping and logistics network already created, so you don't have to worry about all of that. So just leverage, look at what platforms are out there, leverage those platforms, and if you want to put up your own website and display that, that also works. But it definitely, you will need to hook up payment engine with it. you would also need to find a way to promote it over the internet, over the social media, uh, through digital marketing. So that's going to cost you some money. So depending on what you're selling. So like I said, the easiest way is leverage existing platforms first and see how your product will even do before going the route of creating a website and having all this payment integration embedded with the site. I hope that addresses your question. Then the second one is, I have a product I want to sell on the internet. What are the steps I can take to protect my product from hackers? How do I reach out to to target audience and sponsors? Well, so your product is just one aspect of you know the entire ecosystem. So the internet itself, your website, your domain name, that's where you start from, before you even get, because the product is what you're uploading on an existing website that has been built. It's not the site itself. So what you protect is not even the product, is the site. And let me explain it. So I have a TV in my house, I have a bed, I have a couple of things. Those are the products. Now, but to protect the TV, I don't go building a box or an iron. I mean, that will look so archaic, and people will probably think you're crazy. Um, so what you do is you secure the house, you secure your door, and that's what I'm trying to say. So that ecosystem, it's your website that you secure, and there are lots of ways by which you do that. And starting off from where you are hosting, um, are you sure your hosting company, are they performing their vulnerability checks? Are they updating their databases to the most recent versions? Are they dealing with bugs? So that's the first point. You need to verify and validate that. Number two, if you're going to go the e-commerce route, you need things like SSL, on your site. You need to have valid certificates. You need to also be sure that your codes, they're running on the latest. If you're using PHP, they're running on the latest version. You And then there are so many measures that you can use for instance, I mean, gone are the days where you just create a site that and then you allow people to fill in without having a security check. And there's so many security check these days. Is becoming so harder and harder. Usually, I especially for me, I hate those sites that you will have to pick like 5 characters and then it moves to the next ones, the next 3 characters. But hackers are getting smarter, and that's why most developers are making it harder and harder and harder. But your first point, like I said, is are you sure that your hosting site is not compromised? I mean, if and it's this hosting company, and it's quite interesting that with the kind of internet I have right now, I can have like 10 servers in this house, and it will run so effectively, so effectively. I have 3 kids, my wife, and everybody streams on the internet from morning till evening, and it doesn't break. So the internet is so I can actually host websites and all of that. So your website is, and I can use that on this current laptop. So it's just a system out there. So if I'm not doing the right things, if I'm not securing, I don't have the right firewall tools and all of that, you just be hosting on a compromised system that can easily be hacked. So there's so many. I don't want to make it too complicated for you. So sorry that maybe I'm going too techy um, for some of us. So thanks for your delivery, sir. What's your advice to a young kid still in high school, passionate for the tech ecosystem, but still confused about what stack to learn. I would always say everybody has a passion. So the thing is, what's your passion? Is it in the animation space? Is it okay? So where do you see Africa Tech? Okay, we'll take this one after the other. All right. So is it the animation space? Is it in and I mean when the word coding, we use it a bit loosely, but even in animation you do coding, in website you do coding, in building up application like your apps on your Google apps, your Apple uh, iOS apps, and all of that. You're still coding. I did a bit of automation while I was back, while I was in Nigeria, and you still had to code. So it could be so confusing. But the thing is, I mean, if you want to be true and sincere to yourself, what is my passion? And then you can begin to start from there. You can begin to take those, the initial learning journey, and it's definitely going to be a journey. I would always recommend see what other folks are doing in Google. If you're confused, see what your contemporaries, your peers are doing, and rather than using YouTube for just checking random videos, that provides you a whole lot of information, and you can begin to research and then just get to a point where your heart just jives with. And not just about the heart jiving, you also need to do a bit of research on, is there a career path here? For me, if I go this, how are people, within this career path, how are they doing? So these are some of the questions that you definitely need to ask, and that will help you make those informed decision. And then there are people who have gone after you, who are doing so well. You can also easily poke at them, ask them those necessary questions. So you're not always on your own. You have people who have gone ahead, and you can learn from them. You can have them hold your hand. So last question, where do you see an African tech space becoming in the next 5 to 10 years, and what's your advice to people who are um okay, people who are scared of transition because of the demand? I would basically say, and just one last thing that I will say, currently I know, I mean, in the tech space, the Indians, they seem to be dominating, but definitely they don't have a different brain from Africans. I think it's just interest, and so we need to show a whole lot of interest. And I think workshops like this, I know Google, Facebook, and a couple of them, there are a couple of things that they're trying to do, to empower and to encourage folks in Africa. And as we see more of this, definitely you'll see a lot of interest being stirred up, and that's going to speak and help the Africans in the tech space, as we journey along. I hope. I think my time is up. And, any other questions you can forward to the facilitator. I'm always happy to respond. And thanks for having me. And any feedback, I'll just mute my mic now.
You guys can clap again.
I think we should read the questions. Okay, all questions. Okay. Yes. So thank you, Mr. 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 All right. Okay. Let's go out of the speaker, I think, because we're here. Let's go back, please. All right. Thank you, Mr. Felix, for John. I believe we learned one or two, and our questions answered too. And our questions have been answered. So we are going to have a bonding section. I know the weather is not our friend this morning, but we'll try as much as possible to bond in this section. So we are going to be introducing ourselves, what we do, and what we want to do with Plugstuck, or what you want Plugstuck to do for you, okay, or what you want to do with us. So we are calling this section a bonding section, okay. So we are going to start now. Please, there will be someone with a list for your name and what. First of all, we're going to talk about which course you're interested in. That is, if you are already in the digital space, we're going to talk about the course you're interested in. And if you are not, we're going to talk about why you need our services and why you need to work with us, okay? So that's what we'll be doing in this section in the next 5 minutes. Yes. All right, so we'll start from myself and then we'll move this way, right? And this way and this way, yes. Okay, so my name is Emeka Collins Obilo. And I'm privileged to lead the team here at Plugstuck, okay? I want to appreciate the team, the amazing and awesome people in our team that have put in all this. I mean, they are the reason why we are here. From Peter Collins to Joy, Oji, to Toby, to Toyo, to Balogun, to Alex. I want to say a big thank you. To Tosin too. Tosin, can you say hi? Stand up. Let me introduce Tosin. Okay, so there's a story with Tosin. Tosin is 12 years old. Tosin started learning programming with us at 11. When she was 11 years, she learned markup, and that's HTML, CSS. And now I think she's going to the next course. And she's in SS1, right? She'll be going to SS1. She just finished her junior WAEC. So please, if you're here and you have a child or you're a young person here, it's never too late. And she's a girl. She's very smart, one of the smartest we've trained. In fact, I recall every time we went to their house for the trainings, it was that serious. We had to leave to go to the house because the parents requested we did the training. And she's been brilliant. Tosin, welcome. All right, so we celebrate every one of us here. We've been doing this since 2018. We've been running trainings from campuses down to states and all that. So this is like our biggest yet in Port Harcourt. So we want to say thank you for being a part of this amazing time, for being a part of this maiden edition. Thank you so much. And to the team, you're the best. You're the best. All right. Yes. So we are going to go quickly from you to you, sir, to you, and that. So quickly, in just 1 minute, tell us your name, tell us what you do, and tell us what you're interested in doing with us. A partnership, whether you want a service, whether you want to work with us in any way, okay? I don't know if that's clear. Is it clear enough? All right. Is it clear enough? Yes, you can sit down, please. Just tell us your name and that. Follow that pattern. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Precious Ihinacho. Hello, everyone. My name is Precious Ihinacho. I am a story writer. That's my profession. I write stories. I would like to have your services on website design because a lot of my readers would want me to have a website. They have been asking me to get a website. So I would want that. And I also want trainings on blogging. I like to have a blog too. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Precious. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for her. Thank you so much. Yes.
Good day, house. I am Desmond Okechuku, a civil engineering graduate. Though I teach for now. Though I want to advance my career with project management training.
Okay.
with a house, um, coupled with website design. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Beautiful. Project management and website. Please, David, are you taking notes? Precious, content writer. She's going to do blogging training, right? And what else? And websites. Okay. And Desmond, okay, Chuku, project management and websites. Okay, beautiful. All right, sir, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Shaya Degoroye. I'm a full stack developer and a 2D artist. Can you hear me? Okay. So okay. My name is Shaya Degoroye. I'm a full stack developer and a 2D artist. So personally, I would like to ask if you guys have any form of internship for people who are developing their skills in programming, and I would probably like to be involved in that if possible.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. I didn't hear your name, sir.
Shayo.
Shayo. Okay, Shayo. Okay. Shayo says he would like to know if we have an opening, right, for internship. Okay, for people who are coming up in programming. Shayo, please take note. Internship in programming for people who are coming up. Beautiful. Thank you, Shayo. All right, sir.
My name is Onya Bertrand. I'm a student of Air Force Secondary got here. I love building things, and I also want to find out whether you guys do teach students on how to do programming in CSS. Thank you.
All right, beautiful. Bertrand, okay, he would like to know if he would like to learn, right, programming and programming basically. Bertrand. All right, beautiful. The next person.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, please speak into the mic like directly like this.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes.
My name is Jeffrey Akeze. I'm a student of FO Secondary School, Port Harcourt. And I would like to learn how to develop and design a website.
Okay, learn how to develop and design a website. Jeffrey Akeze, beautiful. Next, please.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes.
My name is Akeze Raymond, and I'm a student of Uniport, and I also want to learn programming and website designing too.
Okay, beautiful. You love to learn programming and website designing. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
My name is Falade Israel, and I'm a student of Air Force Secondary School, Port Harcourt. And I would like to learn programming and coding.
Okay, love to learn programming and. Okay, so Falade was, I think, the best in River State for JAMB. I said JAMB for what? WAEC, right? JAMB. Okay, so the best in River State for JAMB, right? I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So his dad was my further maths teacher in Air Force. Yes, his dad was my further maths teacher, Balogun and Peter. We all attended Air Force together, secondary school. So please, in case you want your child to do awesome, Air Force is the place to be. And the commandant is supposed to be here, but I think they rain. We invited him personally. So, I mean, this is beautiful. Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome once again. All right, next person.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Clinton. I'm a student of Air Force Secondary School, Port Harcourt. I would like to learn coding and programming. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Clinton. I love the boldness. You're so bold, eh? All right, next.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Godwin Chris Good.
Please speak into the mic like this.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Godwin Chris Good. I'm from Air Force Secondary School, Port Harcourt. I would like to learn coding and animation.
Okay. Did you get that? David, did you hear what he said? His name. Okay. Next.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Odin Isaac, and from Air Force Secondary School, Port Harcourt, and I would like to learn programming.
Okay, programming too. Ma, you're welcome. Just introduce yourself. Tell us your name, Ma, and what you want to do with us. Okay. But Ma, I would love to know your name. Just introduce yourself, please.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good
My
afternoon.
name is Mrs. Faustina Frank. I'm an observer.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Ma.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Rina Frank, and I'm a digital marketer at Novatrade Services, but I want to learn user interface and user experience.
Oh, awesome, beautiful. User experience and user interface. Awesome. Okay, the next. Okay, so something about user experience and user interface design is this. You know, when we hear websites, we just feel like it's a combination or a compilation of text, pictures, and videos, right? But the truth is, before a website is born or formed or created or programmed, you have to have a design, like a layout, okay? You have to have a blueprint. So basically, what user experience and user interface designers do is to come up with a blueprint that the programmers or the designers or the developers will work with to produce the websites, okay? That's why you see the difference between poorly designed websites and excellent designed websites, right? Yes, the difference is in the user interface and the user experience design, all right? One has a blueprint, the other does not have a blueprint. It's like you're building a house. One has a building plan, and the other does not. You don't expect the same result. Yes, so I just had to chip in that. So Tosin, you're with us, but let's still hear you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Uluwatosin Ajitumobi. I'm a student, and I would like to learn. I like to finish my CSS3 and my W3 CSS.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, awesome, awesome. So she love to continue with us. Okay, ma.
Okay, hi everyone.
Hello. Welcome.
I am Lara Ajitumobi by name. I'm a school owner, but I like to go into digital marketing, so that's why I'm here.
You're welcome, ma. You're welcome. Please, a round of applause for her. You're welcome, ma. Okay, sir. Please, let's get to meet you. We want to meet you.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone here.
Welcome.
I'm Calabo Emmanuel. I'm a farmer. That's poultry farming. But I am here to know, and now I've gotten something. I want to learn web designing and programming.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Wow, a round of applause. A round of applause. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, that before I come to you, I want to say something about this. You know, there's really no age gap when it comes to learning. Because I read somewhere online, I think she was 50-something years or 60-something, and she just finished a certain course on programming. She's a mother with children. I think 50-something years online. I was like, whoa, 54. She was celebrating it, that she's finally had this dream and this passion of wanting to learn. So please, it's never too late for whatever you want to learn. It's never too. It's all in your mind. Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Daddy, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Zerogo Collins. I would describe myself as a patron of Plugstuck. So I like to.
A round of applause, please. This is Peter Collins' dad, and it's been awesome. Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Mrs. Collins Chinedu. I came to support and stand by Plugstuck.
You're welcome. This is Peter Collins' mom too. Please, a round of applause. Welcome, man. All right. Okay. This will everyone. Sir. Yes. So let's meet you. Okay, so let me do his introduction briefly before he comes up. I think he's coming up after me. So this is our scientist and inventor. His name is Mr. Aneke Godwin Ilwebunam. Mr. Godwin is going to come up now shortly, and he's an inventor and scientist in Nigeria and Africa at large. He's been to WAEC's office to make a lot of WAEC National to make a lot of presentations. He's come up with instruments that can measure projectile motion. He's actually invented an alternative system to gas cooker. This system runs on ethanol. I mean, he's going to be showing us a lot. I'm just giving us a list of things he's going to be showing us. So, you're welcome, sir. Yes, he's coming up next. So, don't introduce yourself till you get to the stage. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Godwin Aneke Ilwebunam as we call him up to. All right, please, a round of applause till he comes up, please. right. So, sir, you're welcome. Please, we need to show his screen. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so while he's setting up, please note that um, after now, he's open to partnership, to collaboration, to support. He's going to tell his story. I mean, when Peter Collins and myself went to see him in his school, and he told us how that the Nigerian system has, in fact, ah, has let me use the word has. I mean, we have such an asset with us. I mean, this is the first of its kind, what he's showing us. That measures, we studied in school then projectile motion. We have an educationist in our midst. Now, they told us that the angle of whatever goes down. And this is an instrument that measures that. None in the entire Africa, Nigeria. He's going to tell us the story. And please, let's just be open to collaborate and partnership. And all. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Godwin Ilebunam Aneke. I am a native of Obinafiandiono, Neziago local government area of Enugu State. I'm a Nigerian. My background is in engineering. I read chemical engineering in IMT, Institute of Management and Technology, IMT Enugu. And I left school in 2005. And after which I proceeded to Uniport, where I did chemical engineering, my second degree. And before veering into teaching, I've taught for 16 years now. And by the grace of God, I'm a proprietor of a school in River State. I have an interest in research and development. And since 2009, I've been representing River State in science technology, in science competitions, in science competition with the Science Teachers Association of Nigeria. I've won several awards for River State with my students in the national level. I've won several awards for Nigeria outside the country, precisely in 2011 International Olympiad in Novo Hamburgo, Brazil, where my research with my student came first in the whole world. We appear in CNN, Al Jazeera, NTA News, Newsline, and all the national dailies. But the problem I've had with our country is that our country can never call it to say, young man, this research, how do we domesticate it? How do we make it to be? You can see that this laptop is a research of somebody somewhere, someday. Okay, and some of these accessories we have here, some of them are imported from China. I paid, and it was brought down here by Alibaba Express. And somebody designed it somewhere, and we're making use of it. Okay, I want to, is projector there? Can you project the launcher, the projectile launching equipment? I have some innovation I've introduced to Nigeria. And one of them is called projectile launching instruments. Projectile launching instruments. And what is projectile? It's an aspect of physics. It's a topic in physics, in mechanics, in physics, and further mathematics. And this topic, as far as I know, we do not have equipment we use to illustrate that. We tell students that when a ball is kicked at an angle of this, and when a javelin is thrown, when a catapult is shot, without telling the children a determinable angle, without even knowing the determinable range, without even measuring the speed, the initial time of flight. And I was trying to tell WAEC shortly our equipment will come. This is my presentation as Federal Minister of Education at Abuja. Okay, so without wasting our time, I want to let us know the reason why we came up with this invention. We came up with this invention because of the call, national call by the Science Teachers Association of Nigeria in 2011, where they requested from all the science teachers in Nigeria to come out with an innovation in science laboratory equipment. Because most of the equipment we are using today to teach our students have become obsolete. For instance, we are still teaching children balancing of meter rule, simple pendulum. What relevance has it? Whereas we have a lot of things we have to expose the children who are going to compete with their counterpart outside the country someday, somewhere. So I came up with this projectile launching. Is it not coming up? Okay. Okay, I should use the one that I say. Wait, let me. Okay, I came up with a work. I came up with a work. Go to the beginning. Okay. Okay, I came up with a work on that topic because, as far as I know, this topic children are finding it difficult. For instance, we ask children when a ball is fired at an angle of this, at a height of this, with the initial velocity of this, calculate the time of flight, calculate the range, calculate the maximum height. You know, the children are now imagining, or sometimes we ask when a gun is fired at a height of this, at an angle of this, with initial velocity of this, calculate that. Students, I want to ask, do you have any equipment used to study that? No. Now, with this, I designed an angle. This angle will give us from 0 to 90 degrees. You can project at 0, you can project at 15, 25, 35, 45, 60, 75, 90. And you, at every angle of projection, you are going to have a measurable range. We have our measuring tape you can use to measure your range from here to maybe 9 feet. It is designed to be an indoor experiment. And with this stopwatch, we can pick our time of flight. This is the launcher. This launcher has been redesigned several. This is 5th time because I presented it before the panel of physics lecturers, the whole Nigeria, led by former NUC Professor Okibukala at Ondo State in 2011. They requested that the launcher should not have a trigger, that we should do it in such a way that children will not be radicalized. So this makes use of a spring. We have a cockpit where we introduce our ball. This is our measurable ball, or what women use as a bead. It's not metal. And this does not have power to injure the student. Of course, the student who will be at the landing platform has to put on goggles to protect their eyes. So we introduce it somewhere here. When we introduce it somewhere here, we then I introduce here. If I launch this, we take it off. And we have a platform where we hang this. I'm going to show you shortly. And when you put this, you have to get it at an angle. This moves together in this angle. Okay, it has a point whereby you can get any angle you want to project. And we have a sand base, or what we call sandbed, whereby this particular instrument lands. Let me show you. Hold on with me. I will come back by making some connections.
Okay, please a round of applause for Mr. Godwin. Mr. Godwin has a lot for us. He's going to come back. Kemi, one of our speakers, is calling from Portugal, I think, that's connecting. So please, she's going to come up stage now, and he's going to come back for a section. Definitely, he has a lot in stock for us, please. So let's connect with Kemi now, and yeah. So this Kemi section, right? If you're a software developer, if you're already in tech and all that, what Kemi's role is in the company is a marketing specialist. She's the person that is in charge of connecting software developers to remote jobs, right? If you're a content writer, whatever it is, just note that with the help of Kemi in our team, or with a partnership with Kemi, with Plugstuck's partnership with Kemi, you can have remote jobs even whilst you're at home. So please just listen, jot down, and know how you can benefit from what you would say. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Kemi Vaughn, and I work for a brand called Landing Jobs based in Portugal. I am actually a talent engagement specialist, but what we call a marketing specialist here in Nigeria, here in Africa. It is a pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward to an engaging session with each and every one of you. So I'm going to ask you a question. How is this supposed to go? Would I be asking questions, or should I just go ahead talking?
Okay, ma'am. Please, you can proceed with the questions you have already.
Okay, so I'm asking a question. Yes? Did I get that correctly?
You can use the questions you have already.
Okay, great. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to project my screen, because yes, we do have some questions, and then I'll just read through it. But before I go further, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Landing Jobs. So Landing Jobs is a candidates-driven tech platform that connects job seekers to employers or to opportunities across the world. And by job seekers, I mean tech professionals. So I will go into details around the type of jobs that you can get on the the question is, there are a series of questions that was shared with me. And I think one of them was around what does, oh, sorry, 1 second, let me grab it so I just answer the questions. And I'm guessing this question also was curated from the lot of questions that you must have asked or must have come up in the conversation with Plugstuck. So, just 1 minute, please. All right. Okay, so I'm going to present my screen. Let me know as soon as you can see it. Yes, so these are the questions that, was prepared for me to answer. So I'll just go over them. So the first question is, what is the minimum level of experience required to land an entry-level job at Landing? So I would say this: if you're a tech professional, who's looking for an opportunity, on the Landing platform, we have categories or experience level of 0 to 3 years. These are the people we refer to as junior engineers. Junior engineers are people who are just starting their careers and have between 0 to 3 years experience. And then we have people that we call the intermediate level engineers, like mid-level engineers. They have between 3 to 6 years of experience. And then we have people that have between 6 years and above. These ones, we refer to them as senior engineers. So if you go on the platform, you'd see, which job. The jobs usually have a tag. They'll tell you, oh, this job is for an intermediate level or senior level or junior level. It's always there. But what I like to advise young people is, if you have between 0 to 3 years experience, I would say, try and take up an internship, try and, gain as much experience, work for free, volunteer, do something between that 0 to 3 years so that you can gain that experience and you can start applying as an intermediate. Most times, there are usually more opportunities for people that are like that intermediate level, between intermediate and senior level engineers. There are usually more roles for them. Now, I'm not saying that there are no roles for junior engineers, but I'm saying there are more opportunities for intermediate and senior level. So in the period when you're still trying to, building your career, that's the period where you used to learn and unlearn, that you used to, build yourself, upskill yourself, and then also use it to familiarize yourself with the buzzwords that are being used in the tech industry. So that's the, answer to the first question, in terms of experience level. Now, the second question is the platform for matching developers alone, or are there opportunities for designers? Here, I think what I can do is to show you, what the platform is. And I hope you can all still see, what I'm presenting on the screen. So if you go here, we have like series of jobs, and we've created some filters to help you define the jobs that you're looking for, right? And also to help us understand, what you need or what your needs are on the platform. So if you come here, you see that we have different categories. Like here, we have like remote policies. So you want to decide, do I want a fully remote job? Am I looking for a remote job? Am I looking for an hybrid job or an on-site job? So hybrid is a mixture of both. It means that you're working on-site and you're working remote. So you can decide to work 3 days from remotely and then 2 days in the company, something like that. That's what, hybrid means. And then you can also decide, the job category. So on that job category, that's where you decide what kind of job you're looking for. So this is to answer your questions. These are where you find all the kind of jobs. So there are developer jobs, there are designer jobs. I mean, if you're a UX UI designer, then you see opportunities here. If you're a data analyst or a data scientist, you get this opportunities here. But you look at the job categories and pick the one that best suits your needs. So that's to answer that particular question around, what kind of categories or what kind of jobs do we have on the platform. Now, to answer the question around, entry level salary or salary for developers, this is a very interesting question. I'm sure each and every one of you are thinking, as a tech professional, how much am I worth? How do I answer the question? How much do you want us to pay you, or how much do you want to be paid, right? So here, It's more around, doing your research, right? So I can tell you, oh, this figure or that figure. But what we've done at Landing is to create a global tech trend report. And what this report entails is information around the tech industry globally across the world. So from Africa to Europe to North America, name it, wherever in the world. Like, we've done, series of research and interviews, surveys to understand what the tech trends are in terms of salary, in terms of skills and demand, in terms of opportunities, all of that. So I urge you to, download the report. It's Global Tech Talent. And I think that, this has been shared with the community before. So if you look at that report, it has all the information you need to know around how much Africans are being paid in Africa and even across the world. That's one document I would recommend that, you make like your Bible when you're thinking of salary, how much to be paid. I hope I'm still communicating and I hope everyone can hear me. Okay, I'll just move on to the next question. What kind of questions and tests should I expect during interviews from companies on the platform? So when you get on the platform as a tech professional, once you sign up, create a profile, and you start applying to jobs, you're going to undergo an assessment. There's an assessment that's been